let's talk about the code.
Yeah.
In my mind, it's kind of your kite.
Yeah. Basically, me and the designer, we kind of created it because the designer lives in Vietnam. And we just talk and all the time, every day, like 2-3 hours on the phone, just speaking. And he was every day, yeah. I like it. I don't care, I just do it. So we were just speaking all day long. He was telling me how to do the bridle, what if he changed that, what does change in the kite, And by the time I learned a little bit, and I was just started to be in the beach when it's light, start to play around with the kite, and then try it in strong conditions. And the code is more a bridle thing. The bridle does a lot, and that's in a lot of kites. If you can have a good shape, but a shit bridle, and the kite will not work, So we were lucky because we did everything very fast, And in like 4 months we had the kite, and it was just working perfectly. I don't know how it came out so good, but it came out really good. Cool. And I'm really stoked in it.
Earlier you touched on something changed in your mindset to go from being pretty happy teaching kiting to going professional. What was that change?
I was together with someone for 3 years, and we both worked in the school. We met in the school, then we worked together for a really long time. And I thought, this is the one, I was very much in love. And we were really close, really good. And I was ready to change my whole life for it. And I kind of accepted being a teacher and then become a manager of a school, and that would be my life in order to, take care of a family and all that stuff. So I just completely forgot about, or I don't think I even thought about what I really wanted, because I really wanted to be with her. And then that suddenly ended. And that woke me up a bit, saying like, wow, that I didn't expect that. I don't know what to do now. What am I going to do? This person that I thought I'm going to be with forever doesn't have the same feelings anymore. It's just over. So what do I really want? And I think it took me 2 days to realize what I really wanted. And I just wanted to not teach for once. I wanted to do something for me and not always in the idea of someone else, and just think about what I really wanted. And that's really how it started, saying like, I would love to be a pro kiter. And I remember telling some friends, and they're like, yeah, me too. But you're old. I was like, yeah, I know. But I know I'll work harder than anyone else. So I might as well give it a try. I worked for 7 years, so I actually have some money. And I rather put it into trying for my dream and finding out that I can't do that than, I don't know, buying a car or something, like something that everybody else would do. So yeah, I kind of accepted that if after a year it wouldn't work, I would have had the best year of my life, just traveling around, training like a pro athlete, because I did always want to be some sort of a pro athlete. Doesn't matter if it was tennis or football. And yeah, that's how it went pretty much.
You've got a 4 times junior world champion up against arguably one of the biggest names in the sport right now.
All right, so first competition was actually the Baco in February, I believe. And I just missed out, I got 4th. And then a little disappointed on GKA. I did get 3rd place, but I feel like if I didn't crash in that semi-final against Andrea, that I would have had plenty of tricks to to actually take it to the final and get first place. And that, of course, would have been big. And then, what happened after GK? You guys are testing me. Cold Hawaii. Cold Hawaii was pretty cool. A little unlucky with me breaking my 7, coming straight out of Brazil, so I didn't have a spare 7 with me, which normally I always do. And when I got 4th on that one, that was probably the 3rd time in a row I got 4th place, which is really annoying. Because if you've gone 4th, you've done really good, but nobody will know.
I start to cry each time we meet and walk on by. Walk on by.
I think I've progressed a lot because I managed to look at my videos and be able to see what's wrong, because for 7 years I've been teaching and you're always looking for what's that most important mistake, what's that thing you need to change.
I break down and cry. Oh,
My name is Giel and catch me at the Red Bull King of the Air.
Thank you so much.
catch me at the Red Bull King of the Air.
And ready for King of the Air now. Yeah, so this is my 2nd, and this one is definitely harder than last year, but I mean last year I had less level, so it's... To me, I've been watching the King of the Air since 2013 every year. I've been screaming behind my laptop for so many years, and last year on the beach, so I mean, for me that's still the biggest.
That's all that I have left. So let me hide the tears and the sadness you gave me. I didn't ask you for it, but you gave me when you said goodbye. Oh, mama, walk on by.
Look at this battle underway. In the yellow jersey will be Jeremy Burlando from Italy and Giel Vlugt in blue from the Netherlands.
Favor and walk on by. Please, oh, walk on by.
But as you see there, Jeremy Burlando from Italy stomping on the buzzer, wasting no time. And Giel Vlugt in blue from the Netherlands.
This is a massive heat. Round 2, fighting for your survival in this competition. Jeremy Burlando, it looked like he could have got another kite loop in there even.
I just can't get over losing you. So if I seem broken in two,
Picking up some speed, he spots it. Look at him lift up his kite a little bit. Straight into a back roll. Back roll board flip. Another rotation with a mega loop. 3 kite rotations. Oh, landing on his back on the edge of the wave.
foolish pride, that's all that I have left. So let me hide the tears and the sadness you gave me. You put the hurt on me, you socked it to me, mama, when you said goodbye. So please walk on.
At least 4 back rolls there from J-Bone. Again, he just gets hung up on a wave there.
Make believe you never see
It's a double kite loop from the man that brought them into the sport. It's Giel of Vlugt here.
Oh yeah, make believe you never see the tears cry. So I'm begging you to walk on by. Make believe you never see the tears cry. Oh, there's no dust in my eye. Oh no.
Jeremy, back roll, late back roll, mega loop with a board off, another rotation on the way down and a rescue loop! The same as what we saw from the drone footage.
I don't want you to see this man cry. So please walk on by. Oh, mama, walk on by.
I think some kids can hold it together. I think some kids are very, very talented, and there's not many, but some kids, they are able to and perform at the highest level and can switch off their brain. And that's one of the most critical parts during an event like this, because there is so much pressure and so much hype and so much happening. Like, you can already see like the amount of stuff they're building now on the beach. If you drive by, you're like, oh, it's starting already, you know? And people on the media are starting to talk about it, so you can really feel that it's starting to live. And that's, you know, it's a part that a lot of people don't understand, but that is a very, very difficult part of this event too. It's not only those tricks, but it's also that mind game.
Lorenzo,
Yeah.
you seem, when we meet you and we talk, like you're not really competitive.
I'm really competitive, you know.
Yeah.
Like, I don't want to say too much, but I mean, I want to also win like everything there is to win.
Perfect. I mean, not super perfect, but work pretty good. I always feel a bit nervous before the competition also now, but now, I mean, not is a bad thing that I injured my ribs 2 weeks before because now I'm fucking ready, you know. I won't do kite, I won't go in the water. I wait 2 weeks in my bed like this, so now I won't broke everything. I'm really energized for this King of the Air. So I don't know what will happen, but I will go aggressive, you know.
In a heat against Andrea, you really have to be pushing as hard as you can all the time. I mean, literally going out there like Andrea and Lorenzo did at Cold Hawaii, doing 5 brand new moves, never been done in the final. I mean, that's the difference. You've got to ride on the very edge. You've got to push yourself. So you are literally breaking boundaries and breaking ground, and be prepared to walk that knife edge, because if you're not, you're going to get beaten.
So basically we went to this kite spot that can be windy, that doesn't get busy at all.
Basically, we were not educated enough when I first came here. And I don't think Marc was very educated either, or just oblivious because he was so excited to kite. We were in a rent-a-cheapie car and it had no tints. It was so obvious we were tourists. And I remember just being like, wow, this is crazy. Wow, look at that.
You know, sun was going down, it was getting dark. We just had a red light. Everyone started looking at our car, and we went in a safe area.
And then I don't even remember what happened. I just felt Marc's arm on me, and then glass just shattered all over my legs, cut up Marc's legs, and I was just screaming.
It was so quick. Sophie basically had a phone on her lap, and this guy saw it, and he had a rock in his hand, smashed the window. First thought in my mind, I thought he was trying to grab Sophie. And I put my arm like that to brace her, but then I realised her phone was on her, and he only wanted that. But Sophie was in shock, and we were both covered in glass scratches, you know, and I was like, okay, I need to get her home.
Marc just sped off, and I just kept screaming the whole way home. And then I carried a fork in the car for the rest of our trip. I don't know what for, just to the cheeky jab if I could, but I was very scared after that. So even now when we're driving in the car, I'm always on red alert because it was pretty traumatizing.
Well, I have been a few years before that and everything's been fine, but that, I guess, put perspective in my eyes to when you get here, just to, you know, check your surroundings always and don't be too oblivious to what's out there. And yeah, you just got to be a little bit careful here in certain places, but yeah, it doesn't stop me coming here. I still love the place, and yeah, the kiteboarding here is insane.
I didn't really have a lot of friends in school. I was just a person that liked to be on his own, do his own thing, and not be. I don't like to be around a lot of people and hang out with a lot of friends. I'm just a person that wants to do his own thing, like longboarding 10 kilometers, or just drone flying and just peace for myself. That's the best. I think I was 5 because my dad and mom were struggling a bit with me. Because sometimes of my behavior, and they didn't know what it was, and it was just coming out and I couldn't stop it. It was a daily thing when I was really young. At one point, I just couldn't handle it anymore, and they just didn't know, and they thought by themselves, are we the problem? Are we doing something not right? So then they tested me, and then the results came through, and then they knew I had autism, and then they knew that they weren't the problem, but I just had autism, and I couldn't do much about it. I wasn't even thinking about that I had autism. That's just autism. You have it, and you don't really know it, and other people know it because of your behavior sometimes. And sometimes people can also think that you're just different than the others, and you're a bit weird because you can behave a little different with some things and can say something that others wouldn't say at that moment. So that was a struggle for me. Those were some hard times, but when I got more to the end from my primary school, it was just going better and better, and I just got I'm a different person right now. Yeah, still. Mostly crowded places, where there are a lot of people that I don't know. It always makes me uncomfortable. So that's still the same.
We are going into the last heat of round number 3, knockout time. Jamie. Lorenzo Casati. Lewis, give me a quick rundown on the guy. You know, you've seen him on the World Tour this year.
Perhaps overshadowed a little bit by Andrea Principi sometimes, but he's definitely one of the best.
Freestyle World Champion Kevin Langeree pumping up the crowds. They're getting them on his side. Nobody, I believe, knows this spot better than him. Good timing, a little bit late off the kicker, delaying that contra loop there. Not being hasty in finishing the contra loop, just getting it gently swayed through there. But I do believe the new generation guys have now set the standard as we see Jamie Overbeek, nice contra loop with a grab on the way down. Both of these guys just settling into a nice steady rhythm.
We're seeing Marc Jacobs on your screens right now, the current champion. He is under the cosh, to put it quite lightly, as Lorenzo Casati, the world number 4 right now, is absolutely taking it to him with huge, that's a front, that's a boogie loop with a board off, with another rotation. He's absolutely ripping this young Italian.
Wow. This is the first time in King of the Air history that we have seen 2 9-point scores dropping in the same heat.
You believe it, I know you do. You want more than I say so. I know the God is in the radio. Just repeating.
Lorenzo signaling, is he going to come in for a kite change and start going for doubles?
Langeree with a lovely mega loop board off there. Kevin Langeree then, a few points down here as Overbeek in overdrive. 8.08, 7.82 and 7.42. We've still got 3 minutes on the board. Could he get out now? You think he can get out, have a shower, get himself in the mood for the final? Is it dangerous to do that? Casati, you want to know about him? Well, this guy is a big deal. Unbelievable. A boogaloo vested for Marc Jacobs, who needs to pull out all the stops in. Yeah, and I think he says to me with that huge big floaty signature board off over the horizon with table mounted in the background, as this heat comes to an end, that says to me, I think he knew that there was nothing he could do. Put it frank here, Colin, Marc has just come up against an unbelievable competitor. We don't know the result yet, but we can be pretty sure.
It's your boy! Your boy's in the Oh my god.
forget about Big Air, they'll never be forgotten. I mean, Aaron is a massive pioneer of the sport. And people ask me, you know, why do I get so high on Andrea? And I always say, look, because I wasn't in the sport, I wasn't involved in the sport when Aaron and Kevin were dominating and changing the game, and they had brought that excitement. And I can see that now with Andrea, Lorenzo, Jeremy. So, you know, we haven't forgotten those guys. We won't forget those guys because the sport is new. It's less than 25 years old, and these guys are massive pioneers. Not only they're pioneers of freestyle, they're pioneers of Big Air, and we won't see that again because the sports are becoming so far apart that it would be very, very hard for freestyle champions to become Big Air champions and Big Air champions to become freestyle champions. Arguably, Jeremy Burlando has come the closest, but I just don't think we'll see that again. So with the sport being young, with the sport divided, I just think we have to share legends, and, you know, we'll speak highly of all these guys forever.
I want to talk about you and Zara. Where did you meet?
We met in Tarifa, actually. I was teaching here in Val de Vaqueros, and I saw somebody standing on the beach with the kite completely upwind in about very gusty 40 knots. And I was with my student, and I told him, like, look, you just walk upwind. I'll go help this girl because she's gonna break her neck or something. So I went up to Zara and I told her, like, hey, can I help you out? And she looked pissed. She was like, oh, not one of those dickheads again, you know, like one of those guys who thinks he knows best. So I tried to be polite and put her in the right spot. And while I was putting her in the right spot, I was like, how many lessons have you had, or have you been here before? Because it was really gusty and I was teaching already for a couple of hours. So I knew it was actually really bad and it's not really worth it to go out. And she was on a 9 when it's like 40 knots, you know? So she was like, no, I'm fine. I've had 3 lessons, so I'm good. And I was thinking, man, she already looks pissed. You know what? I'm just going to help her. I'll continue my lesson. And, you know, I'll not be the annoying guy. And I helped her up. She went into the water. I went to my student. I get there. I turn around and her kite's like looping in the water. Bam, bam, bam. So, of course, I told my student, I'm going to get the kite. I'm going to get her out of the water, and I'll teach you like 15 minutes longer to make up for the time that we lost. I'm very sorry, but I need to.
The second and third ranked in the world in the Overbeek World Championships in Tarifa on your screens right now. So these two riders do not need any introduction, really.
Please excuse me, but I got to ask. I only be nice because you want something. My fertile hour.
Risky, you lose that board on the first move here, and you're body dragging for 2 or 3 minutes. These two are going to have to play this a bit softer to start with.
I think Giel has his work cut out for him. Liam has been on a roll. As you said, a bit of a... Giel with tons of height. Mega loop double winner. If he lands this, then I think it's game over. He should. No!
Didn't have his feet in the ball.
Wow! If he had stuck that, I would have said it was game over. Here we go, Liam Whaley. This is going to be extreme. If he lands this,
oh
look
my
at that!
word! I don't believe he's landed that. That has to be a 10.
Wow!
He needs a 9.88 here. This is huge. With 3 seconds left here, Liam Whaley, one of the greatest competition minds, understanding the situation. Giel so close to landing a double mega loop of his own with the delayed back roll, and then unbelievably Liam Whaley coming in knowing it has to be that move. He needed a 9.88 here to match him here.
We are seeing the overall impression score. Hang on to your seats. Are we going to see a shock upset, or is Liam Whaley going to survive and see himself through to his 3rd consecutive semi-final? Look at that, and the highest overall impression score, 9.78, but Liam, a 9.94, the highest score ever at the King of the Air with that last move with 5 seconds to spare. Lewis, hold me down.
I think Giel rode one of the greatest heats that we've ever seen at King of the Air. I mean, it was incredible. I mean, he left nothing. He left it all out there.
I can, how do I say that?
You could say it in Dutch, maybe translate.
I like all the people in just in the competitions right now in the Red Bull King of the Air. They're all really friendly people, and I can talk to them without any problem. And yeah, I like every one of them. So. Also the young guys, Lorenzo is really kind, Jeremy, Andrea, I can talk to all of them and we respect each other, and yeah, that's not a problem.
I don't fucking care what happens in the final, I'm at least third. I'm not gonna win from Lorenzo, I know that.
I don't know, man. I think it's
sorry to interrupt you guys. Are you guys going to be okay with 10-minute break, or you need longer?
15 minutes is more ideal, I think, but
yeah, okay.
I think 15 minutes, if that's okay for you.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
No. My dad and my mom for sure helped me a lot for this, for the tactic and everything.
Is her English any better? Can we interview her yet on that?
I mean, my dad is a bit better than my mom. My mom not is the best in English. I mean, just some words. Yeah.
Cool. So will your mum be holding the 9 meter when you're on your 6?
Yeah. She's crazy. Can do board off, kite loop, everything. Last week there was when in Italy called me. Yeah, I did kite loop like this. Yeah, kite loop, board off, everything, big jump.
Who's going to be your caddy? Is it Renato?
Oh, yeah, my dad and my brother.
Leonardo doesn't weigh enough, does he? He's tiny.
He's like 50 kilos, so not so much, but should be fine.
We custom a different impact for Leonardo. It's like with the weight, like 20 kilo. And,
You just hold the dumbbell with one hand and close.
I like the fact that you have your families caring for you. I mean, many riders don't have that. I think there's something in that. I mean, I think that's that family support that probably gives you some extra strength.
Yeah,
for sure. They help a lot.
I just completely forgot about, or I don't think I even thought about what I really wanted.
But that's the responsibility of the sport. And it's also the responsibility of the brands, and it's also the responsibility of the riders themselves. Like, we're fading away, we know that. But who's going to be those new big names?
For those three boys to make the final of King of the Air, knowing there was going to be a brand new winner and just mix up the whole sport and just basically influence the way the sport's riding over the next sort of 5 or 6 years. It must have been an incredible feeling to stand on the beach and just think, yeah, I mean, what an unbelievable opportunity to be standing on the beach just thinking, it's us three left. Let's enjoy it.
The gods go